come on, let's have it.
Are we rolling or what?
We're rolling, mate. We're rolling. We're
boys.
our boy Lewis McGarry right here.
Oh, come on, boys. You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? It's like, this has been a long time coming.
A long time, mate.
A long time coming. Like, basically, I'll be honest with you, boys. We've had a few fucking tequila shots, but I said to them, I was like, to be fair,
before we start, lad, let's fucking have one. Let's
cheers.
Do it.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers to meeting back up, boys.
Come on.
It's going to be a madness tonight.
I fucking love tequila.
Oh, gorgeous.
I love tequila.
Lovely. Fucking
But
lovely.
On a real, boys, as much as I'm kind of waved right now, I'm gonna try and keep this serious because you know what I said to these boys, yeah? I said to these boys, I said, listen, I said, this podcast is very special because you know what it is for me? I see a lot of people talking online. I see a lot of people talking on the net and they're just talking shit. They're talking waffle. They don't know what they're talking about. But I said to Cal and Jacob, I said, listen, your podcast, what you've got going on right now is very special. I said, you are actually giving out pure value. I told Jacob and Callum to start TikTok. They're posting on there now because what they're saying, it makes sense. Like, I told these boys, like, you don't understand the things that you're saying, I take on board. Like, I genuinely take on board. And for me to actually have, because my brain capacity is like a fucking fish. And like, it genuinely is. I don't listen to what anyone says on the internet, but Callum and Jacob, I said right now, we need to do something special to blow this podcast up because these boys deserve the respect. They are genuinely, some people come online, right? And some people will come online. Right, this is the bit this is going to get clipped up on TikTok, right?
Come on, let's go, let's have it.
Some people start social media for all the wrong reasons, you know. They'll start social media for the clout. They'll start it, you know, to get an impression. They'll start it for all the wrong reasons. Let me tell you right now, yeah, this Freedom Lifestyle podcast with Callum and Jacob, they're starting it for all the right reasons. They don't care if this podcast gets 1-2 viewers. The way that they see that is that's 2 people lives that they are impacting on and changing. And that's why right now this deserves to fucking blow the net up.
My fucking man. My man. And I'm going to jump in and say the mad thing about like the relationship we're building, Lou, like this is the second time we've met. The first time we met, me and Jacob went out to Dubai, and obviously we'll be talking a lot in this podcast about like living in Dubai, your lifestyle out in Dubai, but we were out in Dubai, me, Jacob and Sam Church, one of our best mates, we ran a yacht party out in Dubai and Lewis was straight there because he's the green light. And I speak about this a lot on my stories about, there's 3 types of people in this world. You've got your green lights, you've got your amber lights, you've got your red lights. Green lights are people like us 3 right here, right now, who are like, say yes to everything. You know, Lewis was like, we need to do a podcast in a mansion in Essex. Me and Jacob were like, you had me at hello,
let's go.
We're in. You've got the amber lights, you've got the people, a lot of people are amber lights. A lot of people are like, I need to think about it. I really need to think about it first. And then they never end up doing anything. And that's why they never end up actually creating their freedom lifestyle. And then you've got the red lights in the world that just say no to everything. And unfortunately, they're never going to be able to create their freedom lifestyle. But
never.
Lewis, I don't think I've ever met a lad, like you're, what is it, 21 now?
20, bro. 20.
Fucking mad.
With the fucking Rolex Batman on the wrist, bro. Put some respect on the name, bro. The Rolex Batman.
Oh, mate, I love it. And like, you know, obviously to give some context to the listeners, obviously a lot of these listeners will already know your story, but let's flip it back to like before you went out to Dubai. Like, what were you doing before Dubai, and then fast forward to like right here, right now?
Bro, you see, this is the maddest thing. Like, even when I met you boys in Dubai, I wasn't really killing it like that. Like, and this is the thing, it's so easy with social media to paint an image that you're killing it when you're really not. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously now I'm clear. Like, you know, now I've done all right. But I think that is the main thing, you know, is purely the fact that, you know, when I came out to Dubai and saw you boys, it was very much I was on the come up, but I didn't really have that much. And, you know, starting it way back, bro, I think this is the craziest thing that can happen in a year. And you boys will see it as well. Now you've got this podcast going. Like, you know, I think it's important to say, you know, how much life has changed for you boys in a year. Now, I mean, these boys right here, you need to put respect on their name. They basically just fucked everything off. Didn't want that 9-to-5 mindset. And, you know, I see him out in Magaluf hustling, selling tickets. I mean, how much was you boys doing in Magaluf? You know, how much per month was you doing?
Oh, mate, in Mallorca, we were having over 10K months. Our best month was 20K, and people were like, you can earn that money in Magaluf. Like, people don't have a clue. There's so many opportunities out there, but like the school system's designed to create employees.
100%. And you know what? Coming back to that, I think that is the main reason why what I need to tell people on this podcast. You know, I was working at Toyota, breaking my fucking back, literally working like 12, 13 hours a day, earning 3.5, 4 grand a month, which I thought was good. But the turning point for me is when I got that job opportunity in Dubai, and I thought, you know what? It's not enough, because I tell you right now, and I say this right now, if someone offered me £1 million a year to go back into that job, I would say no. Because especially you boys know, you've been in jobs where you're working, you're hustling, but now that you've got out of that system and now you boys are doing your own thing, even if at the start it's less money, having that freedom to wake up when you want, go to the gym when you want, that is the real that is what I deem as success. Like, I'll say right now, I could easily right now, I could go and buy a 5-bedroom house and have a Range Rover on the drive, and people would look at me and think, oh, he's successful. I don't deem that as successful. I think for me...
Keeping up with the Jones, that is.
Yeah. 100%. Personally, for what I deem as successful, and I'm going to clip this up on TikTok right now, if you have a 5-bedroom house and a Range Rover on the drive, I do not deem you as successful. What I deem as successful is if you can roll out of bed at 11 a.m, go to the fucking gym when you want, come back and think, I can do what I want. I can go to the club and don't have to worry about what time I get up. That is what I deem as success.
Mate, yeah, you fucking bang on there, lad, mate. You bang on. So you've had this crazy year so far.
Crazy, bro.
What does the next year look like for you now then?
You know what, bro? This is the thing. Everyone has different goals, and I think it's the most important thing is to understand your goals. Like, that is the most important thing I feel to get to that success, is to understand your goals. And the reason why I'm jumping on this podcast and, I actually really wanted to do it with you boys is because we're on the same level.
Yeah,
100%. We're on the same wave. For you boys, you earn good money. And so, like, for people that don't know, Cal was working in solar panel sales, earning good fucking money. But he had the same mindset as me of, it's one thing earning good money in a job, but at the end of the day, you're building dreams for other people. You want to build your own dreams. You want to, do your own thing, because now Cal has got the same lifestyle where if he wants to sleep into 2 p.m, he can fucking sleep until 2 p.m. And if you sleep into 2 p.m, that is what success is. It's being able to wake up at 2 p.m. and know that you're not going to get fired, because now what these boys have got going on, it's very special. When you're building your own business, it's very special, because if there's days where you're not feeling like it, you can wake up at 2 p.m, you can take your time with things, and you can readjust. But, for the next year, bro, it's hard, because I'm going to be honest right now, and I'm going to bring it right down to the roots. Like, this is why I wanted to do the podcast with these boys, because I feel very comfortable around them. And there's no one else that I wanted to jump on a podcast, because people will see the things on TikToks, the Lamborghinis, the yachts, but I'll be honest, that's not me. Like, down to the root, these boys know that, like, I have a lot that goes on. And, I feel it's important to understand that sometimes it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to, say that you're not all right. Even when people think you're killing the game, it's okay to just, take a step back from it all,
Mate. Good power there, lad.
Power, bro.
Some power, man. All right, so here's a question for you. So you've got a lad in his 20s right now. He's listening to this podcast. He's resonating with everything we're saying. He's like, yeah, fuck the 9 to 5, but he's got he doesn't know the next sort of action steps to take to live that lifestyle. He could leave his job now, but if he leaves his job, that's it. He's got nothing in place to walk into.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a lad like that in his 20s listening to this podcast right now?
I think the main thing if you're a lad in your 20s trying to get out of a job is to be realistic. Yeah. I think being realistic is the most important thing. I've had so many people in business, and you need to get it spot on. Too many people think they can drop out, start an e-com brand and make millions of dollars. Not gonna happen. But some people also think it's impossible to leave your job and make an income that's, not gonna overtake your 9 to 5. So if you're a lad in your 20s watching this podcast, what I would say is you need to be super realistic with yourself. I think it's so important that you don't try and follow the crowd. When you follow the crowd...
Do the opposite.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Don't do the opposite. Because this is a story for you as well, I remember being 18, okay? And all my boys loved raving. They loved tech, all that music. And I used to go to these raves and I used to listen to tech and I used to think, yeah, it's what everyone's doing, so I'm having a good time. Now I'm 20, bro. It's like, I never liked tech. I never liked tech music. I never liked going to them raves. So I think you've really got to take a step back, forget what all your friends are saying, forget what all your friends are doing, and think, what is it that I actually want from life? Because too many people will look up to influencers, like even me. People will look at me and think, I have to be in Dubai to be happy. Let me fly to Dubai. But no, because Dubai might not be for you. And I think it's so true. If you're a lad in your 20s watching this podcast, ignore all of the noise. Stop trying to think I need to do what other people are doing, and actually sit back and think what's going to make you happy. For me, travel makes me incredibly happy, bro. That's what I like to spend my money on. I like to spend my money on holidays and experiences. But for other people, you know, they might like to spend their money on a car. They might like to spend their money on clothes. So just really take a step back. Stop listening to other people. Stop looking at other people and actually think what's going to make you happy.
Yeah, you're a student, you're not a follower. I live by that. There's like 100%. So much personal development out there.
100%.
It's kind of like even someone who's killing it in one area of their life or something, it's like you want to take that with a pinch of salt, like reflect on that, think, what is going to work for me?
100%.
And then implement that and go all in with that. Set a clear intention, take massive action, leave the how to the universe, whatever you believe.
Facts. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
Love that. I love that. And let's flip back to obviously like Dubai's obviously changed your life.
100%.
Let's flip back to obviously you were working like doing sales in at home, back at home, and let's flip back to when you first went out to Dubai. You made that big move. Like before you moved to Dubai, like were you nervous? Were you scared? Because I always hear a lot of people. I always say to them, look, traveling is the best form of education. Like go and travel, and it will completely change your life. And obviously that's happened with you. So let's flip back to before you moved out to Dubai. Did you have them feelings of like nervous or scared, or were you like, no, I'm 100% doing this?
100%, bro. You know what? I'm going to give you a one-time exclusive here. I'm going to give you something that no one's ever hid. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to become vulnerable on this podcast because I think it's important that people actually know.
Yeah.
So, you know, the main reason I went out to Dubai is, I don't mean to turn this podcast deep, but, you know, I think it's important that people actually understand that, you know, the yachts, the Lamborghinis, the girls and everything, it was never like that. A big reason of why I moved to Dubai is because, I'll be honest, G, I was going to go homeless. Like, that's the real, you boys don't even know that. This is all organic on the podcast.
Fuck.
So I moved out to Dubai because I had no other choice. You know, I was going to go homeless. Like my parents split up and, you know, they both moved to the other side of the countries and it kind of left me in an awkward position. So for me, it was like fight or flight.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing very well in the UK in my car sales role. And obviously, you know, I was like, fuck, like it's either move to Dubai and give that a chance or, you know, stay in the UK and, you know, rent like a 1-bed apartment and just keep working. And I just thought to myself, like, you know, I had a little bit of dough, but mate, when I say I risked everything for Dubai, I risked everything. Like I sold my car, bro. Like I sold my car to move out to Dubai just to have that money to support myself. And if I'm honest, I'm happy it's worked out now. And this is something that I'm going to clip up because I like, do you know what I mean? I like to say things that are going to clip up. That's the thing, yeah.
Always thinking.
Bro, as much as the podcast can fly, I'm going to put a 10-second clip in there right now. Are you ready? Because this is what's going to blow the ting up, bro. This is what's going to blow the ting up. I moved to Dubai because otherwise I was genuinely going to be homeless. You know, my parents split up and it was either, you know, get a 1-bedroom flat in fucking Peterborough selling cars or move to Dubai. And I risked everything. I sold my car, I moved to Dubai, and that was the move that kind of made everything for me. So, you know, if anyone's watching this now, take them risks, because if you don't take them risks, you're never going to get anywhere.
Powerful.
There we go.
And also to follow on from that, like, especially a lot of our listeners are in their 20s. Like, the best time to take risks is when you're in your 20s. Like, when, you know, fast forward to like if you have a partner or a family or you're running a business or you've got like a relationship, you're as you get older, your commitments also increase.
If you're in your 20s right now, yeah, a great way to track your progress is on Snapchat. 1 year ago memories are so powerful because you can record yourself. Like if you're in a shit position, if you're in a good position, it will motivate you either way. You know, when life is really good, take a Snapchat and just talk to yourself. Yeah. So 1 year ago today, you was like, for example, let's do one right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do one right now, boys.
I fucking love that.
Right, you ready? Come on, Lou. 1 year ago today, you was with the Freedom Lifestyle boys, doing a podcast. You was in a very good position. Where are you today, bro? And I'll save that, and that will pop up in a year's time. But it's the same when things aren't going too well, because
I like that.
You know, when
reflection's key.
Reflection is so key, bro. Because even when things aren't going too well, you've got to remember, like, even if we don't speak on our podcast, yeah, I'm sure both of you two can remember a time in your life when things have been real shit.
Mate, yeah.
Everybody
Well, hands
listening to
down,
this
yeah.
will
Yeah.
resonate.
I actually had it right after we met. When we came
Yeah.
back from Dubai.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Like I broke up with the missus for like 4 years, lost the flat, lost the dog. I was bricklaying and I came home and my gang fell apart, so I had no job to come back to. Spunk told me money in Dubai. I was like, fuck.
Like everyone does.
I was like, what am I doing? Like everything just went down the shitter, and then out of that, obviously, jumped on air with you with Project Solar. I was doing like 17 grand months 1 month, and then it was like over 10 grand months, and then obviously went out to Mallorca, 10 grand months, and then we had a month where we did 20 grand, and then it's obviously out of all this and investing in ourselves. Between me and Carl now, I've invested over 60 grand into personal development. It's mad. My most recent one was 25 grand into NLP, neuro linguistic programming.
Yeah.
And then Freedom Lifestyle was born. But it's like
Here
we are. It's like whenever there's amongst every ruin, an empire always emerges. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I feel like a true man who's created massive success in his life, I guarantee you right now, if he's self-made, he's had some sort of trauma in his life. It's
100%.
It's fucking, mate.
And it's the same with you, Cal. Like, I know for a fact you've had points in your life where you might think, fuck, like, things are hard right now.
Oh, mate,
100%.
I've had plenty of them. And, it's just a human, like you speak about it all the time, it's just a human experience.
Yeah.
We all go through shit, but at the end of the day, when you're going through shit, understanding in your head that, like, have a big vision, have a big think that, like, life can get better. Just get super focused on your vision. And then you can make your freedom lifestyle become a reality.
Are you ready for another clip? Are you ready for another clip?
Hot in here, innit? Sweating.
And this is another thing I want to talk about. No matter how bad things get, okay, just remember you've got to where you are now. So even if you're going through a period of your life where you're like, fuck, I'm down bad, I'm broke, my missus has left me, it's shit. Just remember where you are now, you have got there by persisting. So no matter where you are now, just remember there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and to keep going, because I promise you, if you keep going, you're still going to get those mad experiences, those good memories, and you will be happy. You just got to keep pushing. Clip it off.
Mate, it's clips galore with this podcast. But in terms of obviously out in Dubai, I know when we did the yacht party in Dubai, like you were selling real estate out there. Let's talk a little. A lot of people want to go out to Dubai and do real estate, and I've personally heard like it's quite a saturated market out there. But it'd be great to hear.
Yeah, carry on, bro. I'm gonna give it.
It'd be great to hear from like your perspective of like being out there in the world of real estate in Dubai. Like how was your experience, and then obviously what made you leave that career?
Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. Okay. So the real estate market in Dubai is obviously big, and I went to Dubai to do real estate because the picture was painted so colourful for me. But I promise you now, the only people getting paid are the recruiters. The recruiters will gas it up to you, because now that I've been out there and I know the best real estate agents, I will tell you now, that the 50% of all the property in Dubai, 50% of all the luxury property in Dubai is owned by like 20 geezers. It's literally owned by 20 people, and they all have existing clients. I have a friend, you know him, Lucas Sturman.
Yeah.
Lucas Sturman is a millionaire based off real estate.
Wow.
But that's because he has
connections.
He has the best people there, because it's not like England, okay? Like Dubai is not like England. In England, people might own a couple properties, and they might, rent out a couple properties. There's not really that many big fish. In Dubai, it's so monopolized. And I'm gonna speak about a deal that my friend Lucas Sturman did, okay? Because this is a one-off. He made, right, this is gonna be mad. My mate Lucas Sturman earned £1 million in 1 month of real estate. And it's nothing to do with real estate, it's to do with the people that he knew. He literally knew one guy who wanted to sell 10 villas on the Palm, and he knew another guy that wanted to buy 10 villas on the Palm.
Mad.
If you sell one house a month in real estate in Dubai, you're doing well. Like you're making good fucking money. But he literally just, this is how it went, yeah? A guy called him, all right, mate, I need to cash in some of my investments. It needs to, it's all going tits up. I need to sell 10 properties. He literally rings one Russian guy who's a big investor, got 10 villas for sale on the Palm. Okay, I'll have them all. Done.
Wow.
That's mad.
Wow. So obviously, you know, you're obviously good mate, smashed it. But for you, like obviously without the connections, like how was your experience with it? For someone that's going out there that hasn't got the connections, like what was your experience like?
I'll be honest, bro. Like I'll be dead honest, because this is another thing that's important, especially with freedom lifestyles, to be brutally fucking honest with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, too many people.
Otherwise, you're lying to yourself.
Exactly. Too many people lie to themselves, bro. Like, you know, they'll go to the gym, they're not getting shape, and they don't blame themselves. You know, if they'll be going like twice a week, not eating the right diet, they'll blame everyone else but themselves. I'll be honest with you. The reason why you know, real estate didn't work out for me is because I got fired. I got fired from my real estate just for being a degenerate, bro. Like, you know, I went out there, the first month I worked really hard. So, you know, the first month I was working in real estate in Dubai, you know, worked really hard, made like $5,000. And I just looked to myself and I thought, oh, $5,000, I was earning that back in the UK. And it wasn't, the money there in real estate wasn't really motivating enough for me to, you know, get up early, go to the office. And you've got to remember, bro, Dubai is a different caliber of fish. You know, there's different people, you meet different people in Dubai. Even the house owner here today, and this is what I mean, the world is very large, but the people at the top is very small, very fucking small.
Yeah.
The house owner, so we are literally sat in a fucking 5-bedroom, £6 million mansion in Surrey right now. The owner was out in Avenue in Dubai with me. We were literally clubbing together. And he said, oh, I saw you in the club, because the circle at the top is very small. And, you know, I got fired from my real estate job in Dubai because I'm quite a sociable person and I was just partying, bro. Like, I was 19 years old in Dubai. Of course I wasn't gonna work hard in my real estate job. I was partying on yachts, driving Lamborghinis, going to penthouse parties, getting pissed. Like, I don't regret any of it, but you know, that's what it is. You know, if you go to Dubai and you're 19, just remember, you know, as much as you might tell yourself you're gonna go work hard and everything, as soon as you go down to the beach clubs and you meet people, you're just gonna be go partying. So, you know, yeah, there might be money in real estate, but for me personally, you know, I obviously got the sack because I'm just a bit of a degenerate.
So to give a bit of clarity to everyone listening then, who don't really understand what you're up to nowadays, like what is it you're doing now?
Never you mind, Jacob. No, I'm joking. You know what? So many people think I'm a bit of a dodgy geezer, but I'm really not. Like, I do a few things that, like, you know, I do keep to myself. Like, obviously, my main thing is obviously going to be the trading. But, you know, let's talk figures now. Now I've been pissed. But like, it's not crazy money. But in 10 months, I managed to make £250,000. So it's like, it's good. You know, for 20 years old. You know, in 10 months, I managed to make £250,000. And I cannot tell you how much, you know, because you might say £250,000, oh, it's not really that much, but when you fucking spend it like I do, bro.
You're a spender, bro.
Like, I am a spender, bro. Like, I'm a big believer. You know what? This is another good one, right? So we had, so obviously this is a launch for George's OF agency as well. And there was a lad, and we was just like, yeah, bro, chip in £500 and you know, you can come down and you can enjoy it. And he was like, oh, nah, bro, I've got to save. Like, I don't
Amber Light.
Amber fucking Light. He is an Amber Light. Fuck you. and this is what I mean, yeah, because, you know, even when I message you boys, like, do you know what I mean? £500 for a few hours in a mansion, like, you know, even when you've got a lot of money, it's still like, fucking hell, £500. But he's missed out on this whole experience now. And, you know, when I was running through £250,000 in 10 months, because now obviously my business model's set, I'm earning good money, but it's like, spend it, enjoy yourself, man. Like, what the fuck is the point? I don't understand yet. I meet people who earn good money and they are just like so tight with it. They don't want to do nothing lit. They don't want to do none of that shit. And I just think to myself, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why are you earning money if there's not good money? Like, look at the door. Turn the camera onto the door right now. You know, this is how I do it. This is how I do it right now, yeah. If you're gonna earn money, invite some fucking fit birds who are gonna come in the pool with you and they're gonna come to the limo in Mayfair. That's what I do. And it brings them on to another thing. Ask me another question, but I'm gonna come back onto another point.
To be fair, I'm going to say one point on that bit as well, in terms of what you mentioned there about, like, a lot of people say, like, a lot of people have that mindset that the wealthy don't spend money. A lot of people think that the wealthy save, but that's actually a bit of a scarcity mindset. Like, something I talk about a lot is about having an abundant mindset.
100%.
Because, like, if you're scared to spend money, like, on experiences and living life, then you're only going to hold yourself back from actually earning more. So even though obviously you've got some, you know, people's got to pay bills and things like that, I appreciate that. But when you have that abundant mindset, opportunities just start coming out the door. Do you know what I mean? You start meeting new people, which then gives you more connections, and that is what life's all about.
Bro, you ready for another clip?
Come on.
I promise you now, there will be people that have 10 times the money that I do, but I promise you there is no one who lives life like I do. You know, there might be people earning 10 mil a year. Yeah, fuck you, you're a nerd, all right? You're a fucking nerd. I tell you what, yeah, the point that I'm at now, yeah, tell me another 20-year-old lad who is rolling through yachts on Dubai, literally 5 lads, 20 girls, driving Lamborghinis, getting lit, going to penthouse parties. There's no one else doing it like that, bro. Because I will fucking spend every last penny that I earn to have a good time. You give me a $250,000 in 10 months, I will spend a $250,000 and look like the fucking man. Come on.
This is Luke.
Boss man with the arms. Please bring me another tequila shot, bro. I beg you, go get my fucking Peroni, bro. And bring me another tequila shot.
This is
Marcus!
This is loose on the
My guy! Bring me another fucking tequila shot,
Mate,
bro.
the mad thing, this is 1 out of 4 podcasts today.
Free to go after these.
None of them are going to be as good as this one. 5 tequila shots, bro.
Right, so here's a question for you then. So, fast forward 10 years from now. You're on whatever you're on. You're living the lifestyle that you live in. What does your freedom lifestyle look like to you 10 years from now?
Fuck me, bro. I've not thought that far. you know what it is, bro? I think that's a big part of why my life is the way it is. Because I really don't make plans. You know, I really, really do not make plans. I let everything go with the flow. Like, look at this, bro. I tell you now, this podcast here, you might think, oh, there must have been a lot of planning going to this. I belled Callum and Jacob. I said, listen, this is going to break the net. I said, and this is why I fuck with Callum and Jacob so much. About a week in advance, I say,
wasn't it?
Yo, boys, this gas $5,000. It's going to be a lit night. Let's get some birds in the pool. Let's have a good time. It's boys chipping $1,000, and they were like, okay. And that's why we get on.
Green light.
Green light.
Have you heard that song? Red light.
Yeah.
Green light. It's a sick
But that's what I need. You know, I will not speak to anyone who is not prepared to have a fucking sick time. You know, if I call someone up and I'm like, right, there's a motive, £1,000 each. If they say no to me, then fuck off. Because like, it's about creating experiences and memories. Because we'll remember this forever. You know, after this podcast, I'm a little bit away. We're going to get fucked up after this. And we're going to have a good time. And these memories are going to last forever. And that is what I like to spend money on.
Gold, mate. Fucking
The tequila shots are coming in.
The tequila shots are coming in. Here we go, nice one.
Cheers, boys, to freedom.
Cheers.
To freedom lifestyle.
To freedom lifestyle. Come on, let's have it.
Come on, boys. Do you want one? Come on, boys. Let's have it. George, you're up next, lad.
Did you say you don't drink?
Nah, I don't drink.
Fucking hell, bro. Live a little.
Oh, shit. No, it, bro. There you go, mate. Oh, shit.
You do that one, bro. Because I cannot drink tequila.
Cheers, boys. That's Pretty Boy HQ there. That's my fucking business partner right there. My fucking brother. Clip it. Tell me right now, yeah, another 20-year-old who has earned £250,000 in 10 months with no handouts, no connections, literally built from the fucking ground up, £250,000 in 10 months, lived it up, gone to Mykonos, gone to Ibiza, gone to Marbella, gone all around the fucking world, bro, and lived it up lit. And you know what? I get a lot of hate on social media because people think I'm showing off. I'm not showing off. You know what it is? I'm proud of myself, bro, because I have no rich parents. As much as people try and say daddy's money, I don't even know my fucking dad, bro. No handouts, no nothing. Turned over £250,000 in profit in 10 months, and that's the way I'm living. And do you know why? Because I'm a green light.
Green fucking light, man. Green fucking light.
Fucking hell.
So obviously you're going back to Dubai straight after, well, pretty much, when you go back in...
3rd of February, bro.
3rd of February. What's your plans out there this time?
You know what it is, bro? I'll be honest. I'll be honest with earnings as well, because a lot of people actually want to know the kind of money you're pushing. So right now, I'd say I'm earning, 20 grand on a bad month, like 30, 35 grand on a good month. It's just between 20, 35 grand a month. But you know what, bro? There's a lot more potential out there because a lot of the stuff I'm doing by myself right now. So my plans is when I go back out to Dubai, a big goal I've got this year is to hit £50,000 a month. So I want to hit 50 grand a month this year. I want to do it before I'm 21 as well. So I'm pushing it a little bit.
Nice.
So in February, I'm meeting with my boy Danny. I'm meeting with some big Australian boys. We're gonna scale the whole thing. and you know, we're going to employ people, we're going to bring people on, and you know, we're going to do all that kind of stuff, bro. Like you know, because 50 grand a month is a goal that I have for this year, and I think it's super realistic because of the people I have around me. But make sure that you bring the people that started off with you to the top. You know, I've got girls here tonight, and you're going to see a clip of them in this TikTok. You know, I've got my hometown girls here, you know, who were fucking with me before the money. You know, they was driving in my Ford Fiesta. They didn't care, you know, I was taking them to Nando's. Now that I'm obviously doing as well as I am, I'm bringing them to the mansions, I'm getting them in the pool, and it's so important. Make sure that you're not being, and you keep switched on. Make sure you keep the people that were fucking with you when you had nothing. Make sure you keep those people around you. And that's another reason why we got on so well, because, you know, Callum and Jacob, we got on so well just because they're good people. I was a good person, we got on well. It had nothing to do with money or status. We had a good time because we got on. And now obviously these boys have blown up, I've blown up, and now we're collaborating together purely because we get on. And it's nothing to do with business or exposure, it's because we genuinely get on.
Yeah.
So make sure that if you're a lad in your 20s, if you do manage to listen to this podcast, because if you listen to this podcast, you're gonna be rich. Like, if you listen to this podcast, just make sure that, you know, you don't get tied into all the dramas, you don't get new friends, make sure you fuck with the people. Make sure you fuck with the people that were there from you from the beginning, because those are the real ones. And make sure you don't bin off the real ones, because they're the people that really care about you.
Powerful. I have got one question to end, like, in terms of I want to get some value. Like, obviously you've blown up on TikTok. You're getting like posts that are viral, million views, like multiple times.
On
like,
the daily, bro.
So, like, you know, how long did it take you to blow up TikTok? So for someone that wants to start TikTok, like for me and Jacob, like we've started TikTok and obviously we haven't blown up yet. That's a very powerful word to use, yet. But for someone that's starting TikTok and wants to blow up, like what's your like top 3 pieces of advice that Lewis McGarry can give?
Get fit birds, drive Lamborghinis, and be a degenerate.
What was the third one?
Be a degenerate. You know what it is, bro? This is the sad reality, and you know, coming back to a serious point now, because you know that is a joke, kind of, but like coming back to a serious point. The sad reality of social media is people believe what they see, not what they hear. And, you know, it's very easy for someone to sit down and give a fuck ton of value, but people won't listen to it. People would much rather listen to someone, you know, driving a Lamborghini with the girls, having a fucking good time, popping bottles in the club. The problem is there could be, you know, a multi-millionaire tycoon property developer. If he was sat in a Nissan talking, no one would fucking listen to him. But me, sat in Dubai with a bunch of girls around me, being the man, people are going to listen to me, bro. And that's why I said this podcast was so important to, you know, do it large, get all the clips, because you boys, from the bottom of my heart, yeah, I fuck with this podcast. You are trying to change people's mindsets and lifestyle. But the problem is, again, Jacob and Callum are talking pure sense, pure facts, and everyone's just kind of there like the people who are tuned in stay. Their conversion rate of people who stay is like 100%. But the problem is, to actually get that initial engagement, people don't want to actually hear the truth and listen to it. They just want to see a bunch of fucking knobheads running around, shagging birds and driving Lamborghinis.
It's true.
It's been a madness.
It's been a madness. You know what it is, boys, though? I appreciate you getting me on the podcast. Like, hopefully a few of these clips really fucking bang on TikTok. But if you're watching this now and you've watched the end, there's been a lot of value in here. There has been a lot of value. But genuinely, like Jacob and Callum, I do not invest my time into anyone who's not worthwhile. Like, these boys, honestly, keep supporting them, because you're going to see a lot of big things over the next year. And, you know, I know you've got a few more podcasts to do tonight, boys, but we're going to have a fucking send-off.
Fucking lit, like, we're going to get these podcast box off, mate, me and you, okay?
I appreciate I appreciate it for real, bro, because, you know, you boys, it's hard to find genuine people. And I know right now as well, this is the best thing. I know right now, if, you know, I wasn't, you know, pushing hundreds of K and earning mad money and like with the girls and everything, I know fine well I could be flat out broke, fucking tramp, like, do you know what I mean? Just doing nothing. If I message Callum and Jacob, they'll be like, come over and have a chat, bro. And that's why I fuck with them.
Love that, man. Fucking love that. You got anything to add?
It's been loose, and tonight's going to get even looser.
I might even have one more comment that I want to clip for TikTok. Is that all right?
Yeah, do it.
Go on, do it.
In Dubai, you will meet millionaires who are just fucking freaks. It's all right having tens of millions of pounds, but when you're rocking up to the club with no girls, you're a nobody, you're not in shape, you're not going to the gym, you just look like an idiot. Like, it's way better. People respect me way more walking into the club, 6'4", jacked, tanned, with a load of birds. That's what gets heads turning, bro. That's what I think living life's about. So just make sure if you're getting money, you look after all the other shit. You stay in shape, you eat well, and you make sure you get birds.
Fucking right. On that note.
On that note,
Peace.
Fucking love to you boys, though, for real. It's been a blast.